I'm William O'Flaherty. Welcome to the second and final sneak peek of an interview with Diana Glyer about the book she edited entitled The Major and the Missionary. It releases September 29th. The book is about fascinating letters between C.S. Lewis's brother and a medical missionary named Blanche Biggs. In the last preview, you heard some about why Warren is worth knowing, then why care about the last 5 years of his life, and who is this missionary Blanche Biggs anyway? This preview covers 3 more excerpts. First is Diana reading from the first letter this missionary wrote to the Major. Blanche has just read the book Warren edited of letters from his more famous brother, and among other things, she wonders how he got those letters.
How did all those letters survive? Not many people store up old letters in this day and age. My curiosity is prompted by a similar situation. I am a born hoarder of letters, always with the feeling that they may be needed someday. Any letters of importance, I always type and keep a carbon. Now I have a 20-year collection stowed away and always have the intention at the back of my mind to have a burning campaign. But of course, I never find the time. So that's the end of this little section of her letters. It's part of the fun of this whole project, William, has been that here we have a series of 87 letters, and the letters begin by asking, what is the value of letters? Should letters be preserved? Will the thoughts and ideas in these letters be of any use in the future? So Blanche admits that she's a hoarder. She keeps everything, and she also keeps a carbon copy of the letters that she sends out. And she's considering a big old bonfire. She wants to burn them. And so right from the start, we have, well, but these letters must exist because there's a book. And so this wonderful value of these letters, Warren Lewis answers with incredible generosity.
Don't miss the full interview to hear the Warren's response. Next, Diana tells about some of the key themes found in the letters.
There's a lot of them, but I think the one thing that I like to underscore is something that I call the miracle at the heart of the Major and the Missionary. And what I mean by that is Warren and Jack, of course, grew up in Ulster. And Warren Lewis was deeply disturbed by the Troubles, right? That civil war in the 60s between Ulster and Ireland. All of these IRA atrocities are happening, and he is, in that process, developing a deep hatred of Catholics and also, at the same time, guilt for hatred, but he's outraged by the kinds of bombings, shootings, and all the upheaval, and he doesn't know quite how to think about it. Blanche is very committed to an ecumenical perspective, all different branches of the Christian faith learning to work together, because where she is on the mission field in Papua New Guinea, it's the best way to witness to the truth of the gospel, to learn to work together with people from a variety of perspectives. So this is a theme throughout much of these letters. She's advocating for working together for common good, putting aside differences and coming alongside, side by side, working toward common goals. He is resistant, absolutely putting, digging in his heels. He doesn't want, he just doesn't make sense to him. He's quite adamant that it's not possible, right? But then something happens. This miracle happens.
You did know this is only a preview, so you'll have to listen to the complete conversation I had with Diana to find out what that miracle was. Finally, here's Diana talking about how she found the letters about a quarter of a century ago.
And all of a sudden, I come across this letter from Blanche Biggs, and I think, oh, this has been misfiled. There's a letter here to Warren Lewis, but it's from a missionary doctor. And I couldn't quite make sense of it, but I thought, oh, well, because it's a letter to Warren Lewis, they've just tucked it in here. But then I turned the page and I was absolutely astonished to see that there was an answer. So I know that this is going to sound really funny, but it's really, really unusual when you're looking at primary documents to have both sides of the correspondence.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. There's a letter and there's a response, because most of the time we have only the letters. I mean, think about the letters of C.S. Lewis, if you've read that book. We have only Lewis's letters, and we're left thinking, I wonder what the question is that he's responding to. And we're always trying to fill in the other half of the conversation. And I thought, this is cool. Here we have two letters in a row, one that's sent and then one that's answered. Then I turned the page.
Right.
There was another one, 3 letters, 4, 5, 87 letters in all. And I was fascinated by this because it is so unusual. We have every letter between Blanche and Warnie, including postcards that they sent to one another when they were on vacation.
Why is it 25 years later, after Diana found the letters, before The Major and the Missionary was published? If you know Diana's other books, then you probably know the answer. But you should catch the nearly 40-minute episode containing all my conversation with Diana to find out. I'm William O'Flaherty. I'm the author of The Misquotable C.S. Lewis and a study guide to the Screwtape Letters entitled C.S. Lewis Goes to Hell. Thanks for watching this, and subscribe to this channel to get notified of when the full interview is released.